Hey there, Sandy Freshy here, back with another video. I'm continuing to lean in with my projector friends here on the channel. We're talking about success. And if you haven't watched the last video about success where we cracked the window, we cracked the shades and started to shed light on this signature theme that we have from and I really attempted to get you to connect with it on the inside of you, right? If you haven't watched that video, I've got it somewhere up here for you to watch. So go back and do the exercise in that video and then come back to this one, or watch this one and then go back to that one, whatever makes you feel successful. So this video is for those of you who are in a phase in your life where you're feeling burnt out. And this could apply to other energy types as well, but we projectors, we're really designed to feel that signature theme, that energy theme, the emotional theme of success. And when you're in a state of burnout, and we're also very prone to burnout, right? Because we don't have any motors that go to the throat. We don't have any we don't have the consistent access to the workforce and life force energy that generators and manifesting generators have. So I welcome you if you're a burnt out projector and you're wondering how in the world you're ever going to be successful. And you've read or you looked at your chart and you see this as your theme and you're like, what? I was successful in my other life, my other career, and here I am all burned out and exhausted and I don't want to do that work anymore. I quit that job or whatever it was. And now, how am I supposed to feel success? How am I supposed to dial into the frequency, the core frequency of success that already lives within me? And that's kind of in the exercise in the last video. So go back and work with that a little bit if you want to be filled in and caught up to where we are. So if you're a burned out projector, or even if you're another type that's burned out, this goes for you as well. But I'm talking here with the projectors who are usually in this place when they come to their human design experiment. Here's a way that you can dial in to that stream of success, that frequency of success that lives within you. Focus on the micro successes in your life. So when you do that exercise of I feel successful when, focus upon what's right in front of you. So let's say, you're laying on the couch right now watching this video because you've got a pile of dishes in your sink and a bunch of things that you think you need to do, but you're exhausted, right? You're exhausted. Or let's say you're taking time off from your work or career, or or maybe you just had to quit altogether because you're exhausted and you're not feeling quite that successful laying there on the couch thinking that you need to get up and do something. So this is where you have to take baby steps. Baby steps to reignite, reconnect yourself with this frequency of accomplishment and success. And that's where the micro comes in. So it may start with, I feel successful when I've gotten out of my bathrobe and I've brushed my teeth. Now, I still have days like that, right? Raise your hand if you've been in your experiment for a while and you still have days like that, where success is defined by getting out of your bathrobe and brushing your teeth. There's no shame in that. That's where you are. Embrace it, because those little micro successes of how you take care of yourself are the sparks that begin to refortify you, reconnect you with that stream of success that you're really meant to live and experience. So it may be too much for you to think about or entertain the idea of what would I want to accomplish in my career, or what would I want to accomplish in this phase of my life, right? Maybe it's just enough for you to recognize those little micro accomplishments of how you take care of yourself from moment to moment through this burnout phase. Now, I'm no stranger to burnout. I actually have burnout in my chart, gate 30, line 4, on an undefined emotional solar plexus, which means that I am here to become wise about how burnout is to be managed. And I have had cycles of burnout, macro cycles of total life burnout, micro or mid-level cycles of burnout in my business. I've just come through one. Burnout in my previous careers, burnout in relationships. I know a lot about burnout, and every time I hit that burnout phase, I go back to the micro successes. If you're struggling with burnout in your business, one of the things that I have really dialed into to get me reconnected with that stream of success frequency inside me is to acknowledge the micro successes of how I'm being in my business. Maybe even for me, the micro successes of how I have dismantled a lot of what my business was, what I was doing in my business. The micro successes for me some days is about, I feel successful in this moment because I actually returned that email. It can get down to that, right? Or I feel successful because, getting back to this traditional human design framework of our success being connected to being recognized and invited. I feel successful a lot of times, and I've acknowledged this in my burnout phase, when I go to my local art group on Fridays and I'm recognized for just being me. I am, thanked, or I'm feeling like I am part of the group. I'm feeling in the flow of that group and like I belong. That's a mid-level success for me. Maybe you're in this place of burnout and you really have to isolate yourself for a while so that you can decondition, so that you can release some of what you've taken on. Maybe you're really open in your design and very empathic, and you take on a lot, and you have to sort of take a pause from being out there in the world so that you can kind of work some of that out. So those micro success, that's when you dial into those micro successes of, oh, I feel successful because I sat and I read that book, or I feel successful when I am watching one of these videos and learning something new, about myself, about how I can work with my design in a very real and practical way. Whatever you do with your micro successes, be sure to acknowledge them. All of the little micro successes. So your exercise for today, or your exercise to put into place. The last time we journaled about I feel successful when, or I felt successful when. If you're not feeling successful and you're feeling a little burned out and exhausted, every evening in that journal about, use a prompt, I felt successful today when and look at all of the little things that you accomplished, and allow yourself to feel the frequency of that accomplishment. Bathe in it, bask in it, and allow it to kind of fill you up and envelop you like a loving hug from yourself. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for joining me. I'd like to know your thoughts about micro successes and how you are perhaps tracking your micro successes, how maybe perhaps you are working with the theme of success through your own burnout cycle. So put that in the comments below, and let's continue this conversation. If you like this video, like it. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, I invite you to subscribe and hit that little bell so that you're notified of when the next video is uploaded. And if you know anyone who can benefit, please share. And until the next time, be well.